Hey, what's up guys? This is 3D Bonfire back with an amazing tutorial, and this time I just want to combine two of my favorite topics, X-Particles and science fiction. Alright, there is a lot I want to talk about and that I want to share with you. For example, we will build an X-Particle setup to build asteroid belts like this one, so I just think this is a really beautiful effect. And it's looking so gorgeous, so you can see it has different lines of complexity. So here are bigger stones, smaller stones, and this is just an important detail to make it look good. So you can see all these little stripes. And I just think it's a beautiful effect. And of course, we need to talk about the smallest building blocks of these asteroid belts, and that would be an asteroid, right? So how to turn a sphere into a beautiful asteroid and then just build something like this. This is one of the main topics of this course. Also, I want to share with you my knowledge on building nebulas and star and galaxies. So this is not just a flat background. No, these are all stars in 3D space. And when you move the camera, this will just move with it and it just looks gorgeous. So how to build galaxies in X-Particles, this will also be a topic. Plus, I want to share with you how to build planets, spaceships, and all the good stuff. So I think we also want to build a space station here. This is just really more or less a placeholder. I know it looks like a microphone, but hey, sometimes the simplest shapes for spaceships, they just work great, okay? So it doesn't always have to be complex, but we will also build more complex stuff. I'm thinking of a space station here or something like that. So yes, a lot of cool knowledge I want to share with you. So let me first show you in part 1 how you can turn spheres into beautiful asteroids. Let's get started. Alright guys, so let's just start with a sphere. Okay, so far so good, but I think we want to, let's see, give it more subdivisions, so turn it up to maybe 50, and I just like icosahedron because it is evenly spaced. Okay, perfect. Let's get out of it. Let's hold down shift and click on the displacer. That's perfect. The displacer, it's already in the shading, and the shading, we want to use a noise. Very nice. Okay, I think this is way too small, so you can already see how this is working. Go back to object, put this one to 30 for example, or put it to 40. This doesn't really resemble an asteroid shape because I think it's just the wrong noise. So this is way too organic, and I just learned that this one, no, not displaced Voronoi, but Voronoi 1 just works very great for this scenes. Let's put it to 900, for example. Okay, I just hold down Alt and put it into a subdivision surface. You can already see, so this looks more or less like a rock, right? And I think this is already a good start. So maybe put it to a higher value. Okay, so this is working. Of course, you can just go through the seed and see what looks good. Maybe for now, I just go with this one. Okay, perfect. Let's activate Octane. Just a quick shout out to this guy. He already did a great asteroids tutorial 4 years ago. I just needed to change the setup a little bit for Octane and X-Particles, but otherwise this is still a great tutorial. Alright, set this one to path tracing, go into your settings, to environment, and turn this one to black. Now everything should be dark, there is no light in your scene. Okay, cool. Let me just grab an Octane camera, and I think I just want to say, don't check the camera, go out of it. And now it is time to just put a light into it, okay? Get this one. The light target is inside of our stone, so I just move it a little bit. Okay, that's good. Now I grab my light, and I think I just want to have a light from this angle. Let's just put it down. Let's see. So maybe a bit more from here. Okay, that's good. I just make it smaller and maybe even more far away. Put it up to 1000. That's good. Put it up to 2000. Put it up to 3000. Okay, that's cool. I just angle it a bit from the top, and I will rotate my stone just a little bit. Maybe, let's see what looks good. Maybe something like this. Okay, that's nice. Just grab and duplicate your light. And I think I just want to put this one to the other side. Okay, maybe down. Okay, that's good. Let's say there will be something like a rim light from, yeah, maybe from here. Okay, and I just put this one to red, and I just halve the power of it. Okay, that's cool. Maybe I just turn it a little bit to the front. Okay, that's cool. That doesn't look very impressive, right? So why don't we just create a material, a diffuse material, and put it on the sphere? Okay, that's good. So let's go into the node editor. In the node editor, I think it is time to create a noise. Okay, that's cool. Use the Cinema 4D noise and just put it into the diffuse. That looks not really powerful, right? So why don't we just give it a little bit more of a rock color here, maybe even more. Yes, okay, that's good. And I think a good noise would be, I think turbulence would be nice. And I just give it a little bit more contrast. Let's see, something like that. And I put it up to 500. No, that's too much. Put it to 300. Put it to 200. Okay, so that looks good. Maybe I turn up the octaves to 7. Okay, that's cool. So we have a little color variation here. I think I also want to put this one into the bump. Okay, that's nice. And I think I just want to, let's multiply this one. Let's put the bump into a multiply. Okay, because I just want to play with it a little bit. Give me a float here. Put the float into texture 2. Let me just check this one. Go to compare, enable A/B comparison and store a render buffer. Okay, cool. So let's just see when I now multiply the bump with 1. Okay, so it's a little bit of an effect. Yeah, I mean, it's really minor here, but I can see the effect. Let's put it to 3, for example. So now you can see this is way more intense. The bump at 3 is way too much. So I think I just want to put it to 1.5. It's just a minor detail, but I think it will help. Okay, cool. So let's leave it on this value. Let's get out of this. And let's say we also want the main ingredients, which will be a displacement. Okay, so add displacement. And I think I just want to duplicate this one, control drag it, put it into the texture. Nothing will happen because I think they just changed something in Octane. Okay, so I wasn't aware of this one, but if you just put it to vertex displacement, I think you just should put this one to height. Okay, I always like to have the mid value at 0.5, so it goes out and inwards. Maybe just put this one to 30. Okay, and you need some subdivision levels. You know this from the old Cinema 4D way, so put it to 2. Okay, so now it will get denser and denser. It will look more beautiful, but also your CPU and GPU will take a little bit longer. Okay, let's see. So I think this noise, turbulence, let's put this one to 2. I just want to see how this is changing. All right, so we definitely need the octaves. Okay, that's nice. But I think we need to mix different noises here. So let's duplicate the noise. And I just like the Voronoi one. It works just in a beautiful way. So just put this one into the displacement. Let's see. Okay, so this is looking interesting. Okay, that's better. Let me see. So how about we just grab a mix here? Mix material? No, let me grab this one. Sorry, get rid of this one. Put it into texture 1 and plug it into the texture. All right, so now let's mix the second noise into it. Okay, that's not so bad. So with the default amount of 0.5, it mixes between this one and this one, each of them 50%. Let's just put this one to 0.8. And now the turbulence will be more obvious. Put it to 0.3 and now the Voronoi will be more obvious. I think, to be honest, the half of it will work perfectly. All right, so I already think this looks not so bad, to be honest. Let me just see some angles here. So, okay, that's a beautiful asteroid. Really nice, really nice. Let me just quickly show you. Of course, you can go into your noises, into your Voronoi, and just go through it. Yeah, and you get different stones. So this will be the way to get a really detailed asteroid. But to be honest with you, so what we have in mind to do here, you don't really need all of these little details. So you can get away with way less details. So I think we just want to start with this one, but now let's make it a little bit more simple. Okay, so let's see. I think we can already go. Let's get rid of the subdivision surface maybe. Let me just grab my camera and let's zoom out. So this will be really small. I mean, it will be really small, like something like this, or even smaller. So you can see you don't really need all of the details. Maybe we can also go into our material, just go there, and let's see. So the displacement, do we really need it? Let's get rid of it. This is a little bit disappointing, I know, but to be honest, this will be so small. So don't waste any capacities of your system for bump and displacement you won't even recognize. So I think we just need something like this, okay? So this is already a good setup. Why don't we just make a couple of variations here? So let's just duplicate this one, and with this one we just go into the displacer and give it some variation. How about this one? Okay, that's cool. Let's just duplicate it once more. And I think I also want to, maybe let's make this one editable. Grab MI, the magnet tool, make it just a bit bigger, and I just want to stretch it a little bit, okay? So not all of them should be like in this round shape. Maybe we have one that is more angular or a bit more long. Okay, so this could be one stone. I think this is already working, so let's try that. Okay, and let's make one more version here. Let's duplicate it once more, put it there. Maybe with this one we just grab a random seed. Let's see. So I think this one will be good. Okay, maybe once more. Okay, just one more variation and then we're good. So you can of course go a little bit into really more exaggerated shapes. So let's see what we can do here. Maybe, okay, maybe this will work for us. So okay, so we have 5 variations, and I think we really don't need any more of them. Of course, later in the X-particle setup, they will be varied in size. Okay, so we have additional variation, and when you just rotate them in all of the different angles, no one will recognize it's just 5 stones. Perfect. Alright guys, so now you know how to turn spheres into asteroids. Next we want to dive into the X-particle setup. So we are prepared for success. Now we could start with X-particles, but for today let's end this one here, because all of the future X-particle science fiction training will be exclusive on Patreon, at least the X-particle stuff, okay? Thank you so much for listening to me on YouTube. I hope this one already gave you some cool ideas and inspiration. I would just love to see you on Patreon, because it's just my dream to share that stuff with you. It's so much fun for me, okay? And if you support me, I can make even better training. You can also support me on YouTube by following this channel. Maybe you also want to give me a comment, because I think this will help the YouTube algorithm. But enough of the begging here. Thank you so much for listening. You guys are awesome. See you next time. Bye.